it's the same one as before.
66.
Yeah.
Somebody asked me, somebody was talking about it. It is. I don't, not heard anything.
Proposed project, we would provide the parking.
And they're saying it's only a small.
Okay.
You ready? I'd like to call to order the monthly meeting of the planning board. Roll call, please, in.
Chairperson Swinton,
Present.
Member Files, absent. Member Teresi,
Present.
Member Bourgeois,
Present.
Member Carwheel,
Present.
Attorney Legnard,
Present.
Maggie Alex, Building Inspector,
Present.
Todd Ward, Building Inspector.
Present.
Teresa's here.
Thank you.
Member Files is present.
All present.
Could I ask for a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting held on July 19th, 2021?
Make a motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor? Opposed? We have one item to come before the board this evening, a request from Green Island Properties, Inc. on behalf of its affiliate, 100 Cohoes Ventures LLC for 100 Cohoes Avenue, Green Island, New York, for site plan review to construct a new 80,000 square foot warehouse facility. The property is zoned industrial. Dave, I don't know who wants to talk?
Yeah, you know what, I'm gonna let Dan make the presentation. I think the very general fact of the matter is we're out of space in Green Island, which is a good problem to have. So the demand is there, we're interested in building a new building, and Mr. Hirschberg is gonna walk you through that.
And I just want to point out, this is just for the building. There is no business that's going in there. We're not doing a
Correct.
special use permit or anything tonight. This is just the site plan review for a building.
Yep, we're building it on spec.
Thank you. Dan Hirschberg from Hirschberg & Hirschberg. I'm here today representing 100 Cohoes Avenue Ventures LLC, the applicant, and David Hall is here for the applicant. I'd like to point out that we originally applied for 80,000 square feet, but it turned out that during the application process, the applicant realized that there was a bigger need for warehouse space here, so we changed it to 120,000. We originally had an 80,000 square foot first phase and a 40,000 square foot second phase. Well, the first and second phase just got merged together because the demand is there. The site is, meeting next door is 80 Cohoes Avenue. And if I put this up, it might look familiar to it because it looks an awful lot like.
Everybody
80.
here okay?
Could you hear me?
If you could take your mask off, sir,
Okay.
while you're presenting, please. Thank you.
It has similar design to 80 and 60 Cohoes Avenue, which we presented to this board a number of years ago. The application includes a stormwater management system. People are familiar with the way those systems work on the other sites. Stormwater is pushed to the west end of the site, adjoining the bay, and we stay out of the floodplain with all of those, and the soil layer has infiltration rate that's suitable for these infiltration basins. So the way these work is we have a sedimentation basin, stormwater goes into the sedimentation basin, then overflows into the infiltration basin. The sedimentation basin traps all the fines in it. When you have fines coming off trucks and cars, it all ends up. When I tell people that, when you see what snow pile looks like in the spring, that's all the black stuff that comes off cars. It comes off them all year, not just in the winter, and that ends up in our sedimentation basin. Sedimentation basins require periodic cleaning. When I say periodic, probably on the average, maybe once every 10 years, you have to go in there and take out the sediments as they start to build up. The infiltration basin is here, and the water goes in there and it's absorbed into the ground. Normally, the standing water doesn't exist for an area more than 36 to 48 hours, and so it entirely infiltrates into the ground during that time. Even with the rainy weather we had in July, the number of systems, I went out and looked at them, and they all worked pretty well, because although we had some significant rainstorms, it was a significant rainstorm, then a period of smaller rainstorms, and another big one, and these systems handle that quite well. And July was the wettest July we've had on history, so if we can handle that system, we can probably handle anything. We got the letter from Clough Harbor, Joe Manos here for them tonight, and we addressed their issues. I think was an issue regarding site distance from this driveway here, and there are overhang trees over here. So our proposal is to cut some overhanging branches up high enough so you can see under them. Because right now, some of them have branches that are quite low. If you look that direction, you'll see into the branches and not be able to see down. By simple cutting those off 3.5 feet above the ground, and somebody looking can take a look up that direction. We might trim a little bit higher to give us some protection in case during the winter snow falls on them and the boughs might get a little lower. But that gives us enough to provide the required site distance. The area is, we have parking that's enough for our facility. Our site coverage statistics say essentially that the final site is 35.4% green, and the balance is the building and the parking area. We think it's a great addition. It gives you more usable warehouse space, and it's been a good project all along. We started this probably, I think, in 2001 or 2002. 20 years ago now, when we started this area here, and everybody said, how many warehouses? And we said we didn't know at the time, but now we're coming to the end of the project, although there's still another portion of this site that can be used for another facility. I'm prepared to answer any questions. Oh, I do have a landscape plan also, yes. Which we obviously take advantage of the trees down here. We add some smaller stuff in front of the building, so the green areas do have some foliage on them. We add a few more smaller trees behind the property line. We think that does a nice viewscape, and we think it'll work quite well. I'm prepared to answer any questions which the board may have.
Does anyone have any questions? And Joe Romano from Clough Harbor is here also. He's been reviewing everything. He's our engineer for the project. Anyone? Joe, do you have any comments? Or?
Yeah.
Sir, did you say that there's a possibility with the remaining space that's left, that in the future there might be another building?
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a bit of the space left. This site is on a portion that's a total of, the total site is 9.23 acres. If we break that off, it'll still leave us with 5.36 acres, so more than half the site will be left here. The building shape would have to be something different than this, but it would still accommodate another building. We don't have any plans for it right now, but essentially it will be set up to take another building.
Thank you.
Maggie and Todd, do you have any questions, concerns? Joe, you're satisfied with everything? All of your questions have been answered?
Yep, I think Dan covered it. We had issued two letters, and Dan had responded to those. And then we also had provided the board with the draft part 2 and part 3 of the secret form.
Yep.
For consideration.
Okay, if there's no questions, the first thing that we have to do, I need to ask for a motion to issue a negative declaration for the secret process.
Make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And the second thing we need to do, I would like to ask for a motion to approve the site plan.
I'll make that motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Then you're all set. Hopefully
very
you'll be
much.
back soon for a special use permit.
Yeah.
Very
Appreciate it.
nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
We did have one more item on the agenda, but at the company's request, we're tabling that. So, does anybody else have any other business? Okay, I have a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?